Thanks, Tommy.
Hey, Tommy, it's really great you're letting us use your house to test our science project.
No problem, Julie. Yeah, the science club really owes you one. I'm just happy to help out. When Mr. Altorf said we had to do a science experiment about gravity, I didn't know what we were gonna do.
How's this thing supposed to work?
Well, I don't know exactly. Would you care to explain, Cough Drop?
It's called a trebuchet.
Which is the French word for catapults.
Ooh.
When we release this mechanism, the ball will go flying into the air, and gravity, all powerful and absolute, will bring it down every time, guaranteed.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Goggles. Oh. Ready?
Wait! She needs some shade.
Ready?
Ready.
Release.
I just don't know what to do. Ever since you joined that science club, you've been spending more and more time in school. You run home and hardly say a word to your dad and me before running upstairs and sticking your nose in one of those science books.
Come on, Mom. It isn't like that. The guys in the science club are my friends.
Your friends? Would your friends run out after breaking that vase?
I said I was sorry.
I am so disappointed in you.
Tommy, I was surprised to get your call. Not getting along with your parents?
They just don't understand.
Well, I heard you broke one of your mother's vases. Now, I don't see what's so hard to understand about that.
It wasn't even my fault. The ball fell because of the law of gravity.
The what?
The law of gravity.
Tommy, as far as I'm concerned, there are only 10 laws. And I've never seen anything about gravity on the monument outside the courthouse.
Right.
You know what I have seen? Honor thy father and mother.
But they don't even want me to be in the science club. I wish they'd just leave me alone.
You're curious about the world, Tommy? And, to tell you the truth, you remind me a lot of me when I was your age. And a lot of people don't know this, but do you know that I used to do science at City Tech?
No.
It's like the Israelites wandering through the desert, searching for the promised land, the salvation of Jesus Christ.
So did you find it?
Huh? Well, I realized that if I kept doing science, I might be left behind. Just like the dinosaurs who never made it onto the ark, and drowned, never to be saved by Jesus Christ, fisher of men. But I eventually found my answers, and I'm sure you will too.
But I don't even know where to start.
Well, I'm not going to shove scriptures in your face. But I think maybe you need to do a little more research on gravity. Starting right here.
But these are just Bibles. Oh. Hey, Tommy. Oh, hi, Jim. Missed you at the science club meeting today. Julie was worried about you. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. We meet once a week, every week. It's in the charter. You know, Wednesdays are reserved for science. Well, it's just that I've been talking to Youth Minister Harry, and he's got me thinking about some things. Like, did you know that there's no mention of gravity anywhere in the Bible? What? Come on, Tommy. You don't really believe that, do you? I'm just saying, maybe we Christians shouldn't believe all this science stuff. Look, man, I'm a Christian too. but I believe that science offers us something in addition to the Bible. You know, Einstein and Stephen Hawking are just finishing the story that John and Paul started.
I'm sorry, Jim, but my faith just won't let me feel the same way.
And I'm leaving. I'll see you at my party on Saturday. That is, if you can get away from your Bible.
Oh gosh, I think Jim just saw me.
Wow, look at this. Julie and Doubting Tommy finally showed up.
Hey, Cop Chop.
Hey, Tommy, why don't you tell everyone here what you've been working on?
Jim, don't! He's just going through a phase.
Julie, no. I can stand up for myself. And I want everyone to listen to me. If I can have your attention, I've been doing some research and I'm starting to doubt gravity. All I'm saying is
That cup just fell right to the ground. If there's no gravity, like you say, how could that possibly happen?
Jim, I'm not saying that there's no gravity, just that it isn't a proven fact.
Hey, everyone! Tommy needs us to prove gravity to him.
Every time one of those cups hit the ground, it was like someone was questioning my faith. I mean, what am I supposed to do? They all hit the ground.
Tommy, things fall all the time, but that doesn't necessarily mean they fall every time.
What do you mean?
Well, as your friend Cough Drop might say, it ain't guaranteed. Think about it.
Dear Jesus, please help me figure out what's fact and what's fiction. I don't want to lose my friends, but I want to know the truth so that I can glorify you in everything, even in my science.
What's the deal calling us all here? We've got to get the Tribupalt over to Mr. Oldhorf's classroom.
Well, there was something I wanted to discuss with you first. As you know, I've been doing some thinking, and I've got some answers. Help yourself to some chips and soda.
Oh, Tommy, will you just get to the point already?
You know, you can be a real jerk sometimes, Jim. I'm listening, Tommy.
I guarantee you got my attention.
All right. Science teaches us that everything that goes up must come down.
No doy. Now you're finally starting to make some sense.
But wait, there's more. If that was true, then how did Moses part the Red Sea? How does Jesus walk on water? How do airplanes work? How? Because gravity isn't 100%, but our schools talk about it like it is. Cough Drop, do you remember when we put that Support Our Troops magnet on your truck? Well, if gravity was a fact, it would have slid to the ground. But I'll bet it's still there, sticking to your truck and supporting our troops. Julie, remember that time I fell and a bush broke my fall? I didn't hit the ground like gravity wanted me to. Nowhere near it. I just got a bad case of the embarrassments. They teach us gravity like it's some magic force controlling everything that we do. But you know what? The theory of gravity is really old, and they don't even know if it's a wave or a particle. I mean, which is it? If you read science journals, you'll hear a lot about what scientists call a unified theory to explain everything. Well, haven't they read their Bible? The most peer-reviewed journal ever? Isaac Newton invented gravity when an apple fell from a tree. But didn't Satan trick Eve into eating an apple from the tree of knowledge? Does that sound like a coincidence to you? Now, I've done a lot of research, and I've discovered an interesting theory of my own, and you won't find it anywhere in this science book. It's called intelligent pulling, and it says that it is God's will that determines what flies and what falls. In Revelations, it says that God will come down to earth and the righteous will ascend to heaven. But if gravity was 100%, then we would all sink like stones, straight to hell. And I don't know about you guys, but I want to go to heaven. Now who's with me?
Something falls from heaven, what brings it down to us? Who tells if it is or isn't? Whose words are we really meant to trust?